What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I will be recapping the Sabres home and home series versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, where they went 1-0-1. They obviously won Friday's game by a score of 5-3, where they grabbed the win. And then on Saturday, they unfortunately lost in overtime. We'll start with Friday night's game against Toronto at home. Sabres grabbed a really nice 5-3 victory. Take a look at the box score. Zach Benson had a great night. He had an assist, was +2, and he had over 20 minutes of time on ice. You could just see Lindy really trusts him out there. He had a block shot. The kid just plays so hard. He's been one of the Sabres' best forwards, and I'm really happy that he came back from injury and he's already buzzing again. Jason Zucker, a little bit of a quiet night, only played 12 minutes, but Peyton Krebs on the fourth line there got almost 14 minutes. He had a point. 4 penalty minutes. I'm As a fourth liner, I've been super impressed with Krebs' game. I think he skates really hard. He's kind of accepted his role coming into the NHL. He was supposed to be like a really good, like highly talented prospect, but on the Sabres team, he's kind of accepted the fact that he's a fourth liner, and I think he plays super hard. He plays with an edge. But yeah, I really liked his game to start the year. Yuri Kulik had a great night. Goal and an assist, 2 points. He was +3. Played almost 17 minutes. That freaking play between him, Tage, and Zach Benson was so sweet. Had a really nice shot on Benson's pass, so that was nice. Jack Quinn, almost 15 minutes, didn't have any points or anything, but he was a -1. Beck Malenstein played about 12 minutes, -1 as well. Tyson Kozak unfortunately got hurt this game, which sucks because I thought he was playing some really good hockey to start the year. Um, Lindy Ruff reported that there's not really any timetable yet for his injury, so I don't have anything to provide for you guys yet. But when something is provided, I will let you know. Make sure to stay tuned on all platforms. Ryan McLeod played 20 minutes. I mean, had an assist, +2. Another really good night for him. Tage, I had a feeling Tage was going to score that game, and he did. He broke through, had 2 points on the night, goal and an assist. Obviously, had an assist on that Yuri Kulik goal, which was really nice. He was a +3 as well. Played almost 20 minutes. Noah Osland played about 12 minutes. I'm not super impressed with his game. Last year, he played a lot of fourth line minutes, which was kind of disappointing because I was able to watch him in Rochester a lot, and I was super impressed with his game. But um, last year played a lot of fourth line minutes. This year he played on the third lineup there with Zucker and Quinn, and just hasn't really been able to join in on the offense that they've created. So I'm not saying I'm out on him yet. I'm excited to see what he can do. I think he has the potential to be a good player. Um, I think that it's only a matter of time until we see Helenius come up too. Helenius is off to a blazing hot start with Rochester this year as well. So I'm excited to see what he does as well. Um, Alex Tuck also had a goal and assist, 2 points, +2, played almost 20 minutes. You notice a pattern here. A lot of their top guys playing almost 20 minutes. Alex Tuck, Tage Thompson, McLeod, um, Yuri Kulik, Zach Benson. Like you see a lot of these top six forwards playing almost around 20 minutes. I think it just shows, how much they rely on that top six. And if they're not going, then, we tend to struggle a little bit, as you saw in those first few games. Josh Doan, a little bit of a quiet night. He only didn't even play 12 minutes, but luckily the other guys were able to pick it up for him. Bo Byram, had an assist, 1 point, played over 20 minutes, just 2 blocks as well. Just really simple game. I like what he does. I think he's a good guy to pair with Darlene. Connor Timmins played 23 minutes, another solid night. He had a block shot. He's been one of the best shot blockers, not just on the Sabres, but in the NHL as well. He's, I believe top 5 in shot blocks this year. So that's something that the Sabres needed and something that he's providing for them. Matthias Samuelsson with maybe the most random 2-goal game of all defensemen, but we'll take it, man. He's a +4, played almost 24 minutes. He had 4 blocks as well, 3 shots. Samuelson's a guy that I don't think people are talking about enough right now. I think he's been super reliable for the Sabres. He's been really good in all types of situations, 5-on-5, PK. I don't believe he's gotten any power play minutes, which I don't really think he should, but he's doing a really good job as kind of being that fourth guy that trails, if there's like an odd man rush. He's got a good shot, and clearly we can see that with, his production and stuff. So just kind of being that fourth guy, if they're able to look for him, it's clearly working. And then Owen Power just played 20 minutes, had an assist, was +1, had a shot, block, a hit. I haven't really been too impressed with him. Same with Darlene. I think Darlene's playing really sloppy to start the year. You can see he had the most shifts out of any defenseman, but he's just turning the puck over way too much. I think he's making a lot of super like risky and just mindless passes that are getting them into trouble. And then Zach Metza just didn't even play 10 minutes. I'm not super high on him. I think he's a good captain for the Amerks, good AHL guy, but I don't think he really provides much for the Sabres in the NHL. And then you got Alex Line, another really, really solid game. He's been one of the major bright spots for the Sabres to start this year. Saved 31 of 34, allowed 3 goals, one on the power play. So again, solid night from all the guys. If you look over here at the game stats, Sabres did get outshot 34-30. Um, Another game where the Sabres are just losing the face-off battle. It feels like whenever there's a meaningful face-off, there's not a guy they can put out there that they can rely on to win it. I I thought Ryan McLeod was going to be, a little bit of an improvement compared to previous guys, but haven't seen much out of him. I want to say he's like in the low 40s in percentage of faceoffs. Um, I think losing Josh Norris hurts a lot in the faceoff dot. I think he's really good at faceoffs, but um, obviously he's out, 8 weeks, so we won't have him for a while. Power play was 0 for 2, but luckily 5-on-5 they were able to pick it up. They also had a penalty kill goal as well. They had 10 penalty minutes. Out physicaled way too much. Leafs had 30 hits. Sabres only had 8. In previous games, the Sabres have actually done a really good job at keeping up the physicality and getting this hit number up, but just wasn't the case this game. Fortunately, they're able to generate a lot of offense and were able to produce. So physicality didn't matter much. 21 block shots, though, is something that we need to talk about. It's these little stats right here: hits, block shots, like those little small, little kinks that people don't really talk about. Everyone wants to talk about like the sexy numbers, like the goals, the assists, the points, and all that. But these little stuff are what win games. Block shots, 21 block shots. That is huge. Giveaways too. They had less giveaways than the Leafs had. It's just these little things. Leafs had more takeaways, obviously, but I thought this was a really good game by the Sabres. Kind of say what you want about the goat head too. This team wins with the go head. They have a very, very good record when wearing the goat head at home. So I know it's just kind of something random, but you may not think it matters too much, but I think it's something that's interesting and something that needs to be noted. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the first game where they got the win. This one is the overtime loss in Toronto. On Saturday night, another game, Zach Benson played almost 20 minutes. You could just see how much Lindy loves this guy. I mean, Zach Benson, he goes out there, he creates plays, he creates havoc. He's been a great um top 6 guy for the Sabres to start the year. I'm excited to see what he can do the rest of the year playing with guys like Tage and Kulik who can really put the puck in the net. Zucker had an assist, had 15 minutes almost. Krabs with 15 minutes. Again, just good fourth liner, 2 block shots, 3 hits. Need to see more of this out of him. 46% of the faceoff dot, not great. Kulik as well, 26% of the faceoff dot. It's just not good enough. Luckily, he's been able to create some offense. He had an assist in that game. He was a +1, 15 minutes. So not a bad game by him. Jack Quinn, -2. Didn't think this was Quinn's best game. Just didn't really look like he was creating too much offense. Besides, I think there was one shift where he had 2 shots. As you can see, he had 3 shots, but other than that, he just didn't really seem like he was moving the needle last night. Malenstein with 14 minutes. Malenstein with 6 hits. I mean, that's exactly what you need to see out of a fourth line guy. I think that's absolutely perfect. Josh Dunn, 12 minutes, just whatever. I'm not super high on him. I don't think he's really an NHL caliber player, but they they clearly see something in him, so just got to ride it out. McLeod with an assist, but he was a -2, unfortunately. Again, 33% of the faceoff dot. It's just you need your top centers like Kulik and McLeod to be better in the faceoffs, and both numbers under 35%. It's just not good enough. Luckily, Tage Thompson, vintage Tage, he might be back. Guy potted 2 goals last night, almost 20 minutes of play, 5 shots. This team's just a lot better when Tage is just ripping the puck. You saw it the first few games, just wasn't really shooting the puck like as elite as he usually does, but luckily he was able to pick it up. Oops. He was able to pick it up this weekend. Really start burying. Osland only 8 minutes this game. Just not really too impressive. He had 2 shots and 2 blocks, which is good, but just nothing great out of Osland. Alex Tuck, he had the 10-minute misconduct with the 5-minute fighting penalty and the 2 minutes for instigating, all that stuff. So he only got 13 minutes, but I do like to see him stepping in for Byram when he got absolutely clotheslined by McCabe there. I just think it's important, these guys need to step up for each other and show that they're going to defend each other. So I'm perfectly fine with Tuck taking that penalty if it means that he's stepping up for a guy like Byram when he takes that hit. Then Josh Doan -2, 15 minutes. Not a great game again by him, but we know what he brings to the table. So he's obviously not going to be as electric as he was that during that couple game stretch every game. So um yeah, moving on to the defenseman, Bo Byrup, he had that really nice goal. Great screen by Tuck, and I forget who else was in front of the net. But yeah, it was Tuck and someone else. Byron was able to kind of shoot it to the right side where the goalie couldn't really see the puck at all, and he got a nice goal off of it. So 2 shots, 2 blocks as well. Connor Timmins with an assist, played over 21 minutes, 3 block shots, like I already mentioned. Been one of the best shot blockers, not just on the Sabres, but in the NHL this year. It's been awesome to see. I really like his game. Samuelson with an assist. He was -1, played over almost 23 minutes. He had a shot, 2 blocks, 3 hits. Need Samuelson to use his big frame. I want to say he's 6'5", so just need him to keep being physical. I think that'll really help progress his game. Owen Power -1. Again, another game I didn't really love what I saw out of Power, especially in that overtime frame. He just he has the puck on his stick in front of the net with the game on his stick. He could bury a goal and win it for him, and he fumbles the puck into the corner. They go the other way, and they score. John Tavares with the game-winning goal. It's frustrating. I haven't loved what I've seen out of Power, but hopefully he can put it together. Darlene with an assist, -1. 2 shots, 2 giveaways, to take away. And then Zach Metz only played 7 minutes. You could just see Lindy's really relying on these 5 defensemen. We really waiting on Kesselring to get back. I think once Kesselring gets back, a lot of these numbers become a lot more even, and some of them will probably go down. But until then, a lot of these guys, those top 5 defensemen are going to get most of the minutes. Metz is just going to fill in here and there if someone needs, a break or something. But just the unfortunate situation. Hopefully, Kesselring is back. I'm hoping by Tuesday. I'm not going to confirm that, but should be back at the latest by the end of the week. I'm pretty sure. So definitely a big addition there. UPL, man, just not doing it. Saved 18 of 22. Really, a couple really weak goals. I thought that goal from Michelli where he just tipped it in front of the net, he could have got a pad on that. And then that shot by Dakota Joshua, he's cutting across the middle, shoots it from the left side as a lefty. It's a weak shot and it just goes over his glove. I mean, with guys like Alex Lyon and Colin Ellis, I know Colin Ellis has only played 1 game, so it's a small sample size, but um, I'm just not seeing. I don't think UPL is just the guy. I think Alex Lyon and Colin Ellis should be the rotation. I don't know if that means a trade should happen or what they're going to do. I know they're just kind of running that 3-man rotation. And Lindy Ruff did say that Colin Ellis was supposed to start this game originally, but he woke up with back tightness, I guess, and they didn't want to push it. So UPL did play this game, and unfortunately, they lost in overtime 4-3. Sabres did outshoot the Maple Leafs, though, 26-22. Another game where they're dominated in the faceoff dot, 19 of 57. It's just not good. Not good at all. 25% of the power play, they got 1 of 4. Too many penalty minutes. I know a lot of these were from Tuck, but just can't give the Maple Leafs those types of chances. I know they're 0. They went 0 for 3 on the power play, but too many high danger players on that team. Luckily, the hits in this game were a little bit more even, 20-25, so that's good. They had 3 more block shots. Sabres turned the puck over too much, 15 giveaways. Took the puck away a lot at 6-2, but yeah, this game just wasn't as good. It seemed like in the second period they kind of lost they lost a lot of their momentum. They weren't playing with as much speed, so wouldn't say it was as good of a game. I really liked Friday's effort. Thought they were playing super hard, lots of speed. They had the go-ahead jerseys. They had the energy at home on a Friday night. Thought they played really well, but just didn't have that same energy. Fortunately, they did grab a point from that game. They took it to overtime. Obviously lost, but solid weekend. I'll take 3 out of 4 points against a division rival every day of the week, especially with it being the Maple Leafs. And the Sabres are now 4-4-1 heading into Tuesday's game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. There's some stuff that I'm still curious about. Goaltending. when Kessling is going to get back, how much of an impact he's going to have. But yeah, I'm super excited, man. Um, if you made it this far in the video, please drop a comment on any thoughts you have on this weekend series. I thought it was a very productive series, so I'm super happy about that. And yeah, make sure to sub so you don't miss any Buffalo sports content. I appreciate you watching, guys. See ya.